Yang spent just 5 minutes writing some, overly vague, over-the-top compliments, and somehow made Huang cry.
真的已经很好，不哭了，不哭。
哎呀，没有你说的这么好。我觉得这个对比让我觉得自己很惭愧。
黄圣依到底怎么回事儿？
Hey guys, it's Starboy here. Another episode of See You Again has dropped, and once again we're left scratching our heads. Seriously, how did he pull that off? Let's break it down step by step. First, Yang's tactics in their marriage are pretty interesting. He has this habit of constantly belittling Huang, saying things like, oh, she's silly or she's uneducated.
他有自己就小屁孩一样的气质嘛。
他是不是以为小屁孩是一个夸奖？他是有什么误解吗？
圣依，你这个人真的是一般。
But on the surface, it might sound casual, but what he's doing is he's setting up himself as her protector. And in psychology, this is called subtle manipulation. It makes the other person feel like they're incapable of functioning without the manipulator. And this creates a kind of emotional dependency. Now, in the show, Yang really went all in with the compliments and praising Huang as if she's absolutely perfect.
如果有一天这段婚姻会结束，那一定是因为我的全部原因。你在我心中始终完美。
And on the surface, this seems really sweet, but in reality, it's a way to control the narrative. By calling her perfect, he shifts attention away from any real issues in the marriage. And it's a classic example of emotional manipulation, where someone uses flattery to make the other person ignore any kind of genuine problems. And this isn't even the first time. Remember the portrait segment? He used big, flowery words like angelic beauty and goddess. But nothing he said was really specific.
那就熊了4个字吧。我说沉鱼落雁，闭月羞花。
Second, let's talk about why Huang Shengyi cried. Honestly, I think a lot of us watching were confused about it. But from a psychological perspective, there are a few possible reasons. The first one, it might be some kind of cognitive dissonance. Basically, she might have some deep-seated frustrations about the marriage. But when Yang praises her like that, it creates this inner conflict. She starts thinking, well, if he sees me as so amazing, am I being too harsh or too petty for pointing out problems? And this mental struggle can make her second-guess herself and feel even guilty for having complaints about it. The second reason might be people-pleasing tendencies. If Huang has this need to seek approval from others, especially from her husband, then hearing such over-the-top praise could trigger her guilt. It's like she's thinking, if he says I'm this amazing, how could I even criticize him? I must be the problem. The third reason could be dependent personality traits. If she's grown emotionally dependent on him, she's more likely to accept his version of reality, even if it doesn't fully match how she actually feels. This can make her overly value his compliments and dismiss her own emotions instead. Then there's also the power dynamic to consider. Yang's approach might look gentle and supportive, but it's actually a form of self-control. By switching between subtle insults and grandiose praise, he controls the emotional narrative in their relationship. And over time, this dynamic can make Huang feel both protected and emotionally suppressed. And this creates an uneven playing field in their marriage. So, yeah, even a gorgeous, successful star like Huang isn't immune to toxic relationship patterns. And it's a reminder that manipulation doesn't always look loud and aggressive. It can also come dressed up as compliments and protection. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts below.